Hey, what's up guys? Jay Burton here, and I've got a new guide for you. 7.3.5 just came out, and it brought a lot of big changes. Now, I do want to talk about them real quick before we get started. Starting off, there's heirloom nerfs. Experience required and level 20 through 40 brackets have been increased by a lot. Mob health pools have been increased, including in dungeons. Zone scaling, which also applies to dungeons, and starting damaging abilities have had their damage nerfed. And remember, this guide will also work in Battle for Azeroth. Nothing will really change. Now, if they do come out with new updates later on, I will be adding them to this playlist. So, either subscribe to me, or like the video, like the playlist, whatever you can to just get notifications whenever I do add something, so you can stay updated. Alright, so let's get started. Episode 1, level 1 to 60. So first, let's talk about the heirlooms. As you can see on the left, the heirlooms are nerfed to crap. No primary or secondary stats. And if you look on the right, you can see the pre 7.3.5 nerfs, where there's actually like 17 intellect on the staff at level 1. Huge changes. And then you couple that with the damage nerfs on the starting skills for pretty much all the classes. It's hard to even kill a mob in 3 hits. This is what they want. However, we can get around that due to enchants. Now, the biggest enchants you want is for the weapon, Elemental Force. This procs a lot and does some heavy damage at low levels. And the second is for the neck, Mark of the Hidden Satyr, or Satyr, whichever you say. This also procs a lot and does a lot of damage. These two enchants will help you one-shot many mobs. Not every mob, but a lot of them. And next, it doesn't hurt to have the enchant for Cloak, Gift of Blank, whether it's crit or haste. These also give movement speed, and they scale up a lot higher than the actual intellect, agility, or strength enchant set from Legion. Same thing with the rings, Gift of crit or haste. These will help you out a lot. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm one-shotting quite a bit of mobs. It's going a lot faster thanks to these enchants. Okay, let's actually jump into the leveling. So from 1 to 5, just do quests. The quests spawn right by the quest givers. There's no quicker way. 1 to 5, quest. Let me actually put this in full screen. Now when you hit 5, this is where I want you to start grinding. You can quest if you want. I actually quested on a priest from 1 to 15, like power questing, going fast. Took 1 hour and 15 minutes to hit level 15. Then I tried on my priest 1 to 15 by just grinding. I was actually grinding Murlocs in Elwyn Forest. Any high density, high spawn rate humanoid will work though. It took my priest 1 hour exactly to hit level 15. And then I tried a melee. I just wanted to see if it would really make a difference. It took my paladin 1 hour and 5 minutes to grind from level 1 to 15. So grinding is more efficient, however questing is a lot more fun. Now, I would actually prefer you to stay in wherever you're grinding at, in that starting zone, and grind up to level 21. It's a really random number, right? I'll go into that in a second. But zones now scale up to level 20, like the starting ones, so like Elwyn Forest or Tearsful Glades, Duratar, whatever. Wherever you're grinding at, stay there till 21. You'll keep getting good experience because the mobs will scale up with you. Of course, if you'd rather quest until level 21, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you the most optimal route, but grinding isn't fun, sure, so quest if you want to, that's okay. Now, the reason why I want you to grind or quest until 21 without doing any dungeons is because of these changes here. If you notice, between level 21 and 40, the experience required is increased by 60%. So we want to use all our best resources starting at this point. And if you do start doing dungeons at level 15, you'll definitely run out of dungeon quests before level 60, which isn't a big deal, but if you do want to capitalize and try to get out of this level 21 to 40 bracket, let's save our dungeon quests for that point. So, your first dungeon you do, you can random queue, that's fine. But afterwards, do not random queue. Use specific queuing. Yes, you won't get that end of dungeon bonus that's a little bit more than a quest, but you won't hit a dungeon that you've already done. The reason why that's so bad is because dungeons take a lot longer to do now. Because of the mob health pool increases, heirloom nerfs, and a lot of our damaging abilities getting nerfed, these dungeon times take a lot longer. If you don't believe me, try one yourself. I even had a fight where I was struggling to heal on the big lava worm in Ragefire Chasm, because the group actually pulled a few extra elites, which before 7.3.5 wouldn't have been a problem. But man, I was having to bust my butt. It was actually fun. And the leveling gets very simple from here on. Just do every single dungeon once, and then quest in between the queues. I want you guys to prioritize questing zones that are small. For example, Searing Gorge and Ungro Crater. These are pretty small zones, but they are packed full of quests, so there's not much downtime in between each quest. And try to avoid the large zones that have a lot of travel time. For example, Duskwood. There's a lot of instances where you go to the graveyard and then back to the Alliance town. There's a lot of downtime and travel. Unless you really like these zones, then do them because it's fun. In Blackrock Depths, spamming it from 47 to 58, used to be an amazing thing. It needs further testing. I don't know if it's actually optimal. The idea that it is still optimal is that the mobs level up with you. So even though you're level 56, you're still not above the mobs in level, so you're still getting good experience. However, of course, with the nerfs in 7.3.5, they have increased health, your heirlooms are doing a little bit less, and your damaging abilities are still nerfed at this point. So it requires further testing. I will be doing a separate video on this, so stay tuned for that. And guys, I want you to stay in vanilla territory until level 60. I'll explain in the next episode why that's so important. If you don't actually want a quest between level 21 and 60, there is an alternative. You can grind instead and make some good money while doing it. Thanks to Sharkin808, he released a really good series of videos on where to farm mobs that instantly respawn and have a great chance to drop transmogs that sell well on the auction house. I'll put those videos in the description, but his is about max level farming, we're about leveling. Okay, so the first one is in Desolace, farming Naga. They instantly respawn, you just pull a bunch, kill them, loot, it's great. I did it on my Guardian Druid without any enchants, and it worked out really well. I decided to heal between every pool, but no big deal. And the next one is in Burning Steps. This one I could not do on my prop pally. The packs are too big, but if you can figure out a way to solo them, you will get a lot of experience. There are so many mobs. They're in 4 locations, and after you kill all 4 of them, they instantly respawn. Juicy experience, you just gotta figure out a way to do it. And I think prop warriors can do it because of Victory Rush. Still untested. Alright guys, that's it for episode 1, level 1 to 60. If you did enjoy this video and you want to stay updated on my future videos for this playlist, hit that subscribe button. That way anytime any new content will come out, you'll be notified immediately. And I'm sure there will be changes coming out or new optimal routes. I will be adding them right to this playlist. So, also follow the playlist. Alright, see you guys.